With Young Thug's recent arrest, YFN Lucci's name has been trending all over, and what's quite shocking is that fans don't really know why. You see, anyone who is a fan of Young Thug and YFN Lucci will know that these two have been on each other's tails for a really long time. I mean, it's not unusual to see rappers get into beef and diss each other, but a full-blown Cold War? That's the peak of it. These two have been at war for so long that I bet some of you even forgot about. Keep watching till the end of this video to see why Young Thug and YFN Lucci are really beefing. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. The start of the war. YFN Lucci and Young Thug had some of the craziest potentials in the rap industry when they hit the studio. And thanks to one of Atlanta's most popular hip-hop stars, Big Nut, they made a name for themselves in the hip-hop scene. The rappers started off as friends, but their good old days soon came to an end in 2015, when Big Nut was shot and killed in a drive-by shooting. The shooting happened outside a barber shop on McDaniel Street in the Castleberry Hill neighborhood of Southwest Atlanta. According to the police investigations, they couldn't determine any motive, but they were, however, certain that the shooting wasn't random, rather gang-related. Big Nut was a big name in the hip-hop scene in Atlanta, so many people were pretty riled up about his murder, and it was even more infuriating when the cops couldn't solve Big Nut's murder case. Although the cops couldn't solve it, word on the street had some clues to solve the case. At the time, word on the street was that the YSL crew was involved in the death of Big Nut. This caused a major rift in the rap scene as rappers were forced to take sides between Young Thug's YSL crew and YFN Lucci's YFN crew. Most of the rappers chose the YFN crew. Things, however, continued to steam up between the two crews, and according to Lucci, they got into a couple of gunfights with alleged members of the YSL crew. He also revealed that his mother and her friend were once caught in a crossfire that happened in his home as a result of the gang war between YSL and YFN. The fights left the streets as Lucci started calling out Young Thug and the YSL crew on social media in 2016. Social media war. YFN Lucci moved the gunfight to the internet when he started subtweeting about YSL and Young Thug in 2016. He started by claiming that he had an affair with Young Thug's fiancée, Jerica Carle, who, however, came out to deny any relations with YFN Lucci. But he released some raunchy conversations that had a lot of people think otherwise. Tweeting, "Fly, take a rich," wasn't enough for YFN Lucci to get at Young Thug. Lucci went on to post a video of Young Thug's daughter on her birthday, and he used some offensive captions on the video, including "Long live Nut forever." Now, anyone who knows Young Thug knows just how protective he is of his daughter. As a matter of fact, he once threatened to slap Plies for calling his daughter a Young Thug didn't make any public reactions to this post, but fans believe that he certainly acted behind the cameras. The two were at peace for a while, and both focused on their individual careers until Young Thug released his Beautiful Thugger Girls album on Tupac's birthday, and claimed he was the new Tupac. YFN Lucci wasn't very pleased about that, so he made sure to let Young Thug know. You see, back in 2017, Young Thug made a tweet saying, "I dropped EBBTG on Tupac's B-Day because I'm the new Pac. I feel like I'm the thug he didn't get to become." And he used the hashtag, "So I'm gon' finish what he started." I bet you're wondering what the acronym in the tweet means. It refers to Young Thug's 2017 EP titled Easy Breezy Beautiful Thugger Girls, or Beautiful Thugger Girls for short. Anyway, this tweet caught YFN Lucci's attention, and he felt that Young Thug disrespected the name of the legendary Tupac. YFN Lucci went on to respond to Young Thug's comment by referring to Young Thug's 2016 mixtape, Jeffrey, where Young Thug poses in a dress on the front cover of the mixtape. YFN Lucci went on to tweet, "Pac would have never worn a dress," followed by a clown emoji. YFN Lucci's reaction to Young Thug calling himself greater than Tupac was what sparked up the beef between the two rappers. Once Young Thug got to hear of YFN Lucci's jab towards him, he responded with a series of tweets, and in fact, he indirectly threatened YFN Lucci's life. He tweeted, "Thank God you able to take care of your mama and be humble. Doing too much could become a deep sleep. Exchanging tweets where they called each other out was only half of the war between YFN Lucci and Young Thug. It didn't take a while before the smoke moved from online rants to real-life disses. Real-life disses. After throwing jabs at each other online, the two rappers moved the fight from the internet back to the streets. And as always, YFN Lucci threw the first jab. He released a song titled "Like Pac" as a response to Young Thug's tweet. The song was also released on what would have been Tupac's 46th birthday. To make Young Thug feel even worse about comparing himself to Tupac, YFN Lucci posted a series of tweets of his fans praising the song. Young Thug didn't react publicly to YFN Lucci's diss track, which was supposedly in respect to Tupac, and neither did he comment on Lucci's tweets nor his fans' praises. Everyone thought the beef started and ended there in 2017. In fact, it was more believable that the two rappers just didn't care about the beef anymore when neither of them dissed the other in 2018. However, things got a bit heated up again in 2019, and this time around, it was Young Thug bringing in the heat. Young Thug reignites the beef. I mean, we're pretty used to Lucci throwing the subs and reigniting the beef, but this time around, Young Thug was ready to bring all the heat to Lucci. In March of 2019, Young Thug went on his Instagram Live, where he answered some of the questions that his fans asked him. On that fateful day, one fan decided to ask about the nature of things between himself and YFN Lucci, and the question quickly sent Young Thug on a media rant, and he said he was going to slap Lucci. In his words, "I'ma slap the hell out y'all, little man," he said on the live video, "Stop playing with me." Now, if it was Lucci who made such a post, Young Thug may have probably stayed silent on the issue, but tables were turned, and boy did YFN Lucci throw a hell of a tantrum. Lucci responded with an Instagram Live video where he made an offensive gay slur before saying, "Young Thug ain't slapping nobody." Young Thug engaged the back and forth with Lucci, and he responded to him by saying, "I will slap the shit out of you as soon as I see you. Teeth cost more than your little broke life, boy." Lucci made a low call when he went on to call out Young Thug's wife, Jerica Carle, and said, "Your husband ain't none." At this point, the fight shifted from just YFN Lucci and Young Thug, and it involved other people like Sauce Walker, a friend of YFN Lucci, who shared a video of Young Thug doing some boxing training. He captioned the video with an emoji of a woman dancing and #slap, seeming to imply that Young Thug can't fight. Do you think Lucci and Young Thug will ever go back to being friends? Now that they're both in Fulton County Jail, do you think they will attack each other? Join the conversation and let us know in the comments section below.